Located in the heart of the U.S., Lincoln Electric System has successfully powered the city of Lincoln, Nebraska, and surrounding communities for more than 50 years. Based on the model of local people serving local people, the utility has worked hard to earn its reputation for safe, reliable, and affordable electric service. LES's success can be measured in a number of ways, but since the beginning, it's been the leadership and the insight and innovation of its people that has shaped it into the respected utility it is today. Before LES, the City of Lincoln was served by two competing public power utilities, the City Light and Water Department and Consumers Public Power District. This unique situation was often marked by conflict. Duplicate electrical facilities at different voltages cluttered the streets and alleyways in many parts of town. By the early 1960s, there was a strong movement within Lincoln to form a single city-owned utility. To help accomplish this, the Nebraska legislature passed a law enabling Lincoln residents to take control of their electrical system. Effective February 1, 1966, LES began providing customers power in and around the city of Lincoln. However, LES of 1966 was organized much differently than it is today. Consumers Public Power District sold wholesale power to Lincoln. They also managed the utility and the distribution facilities they recently sold to the city to maintain the LES system. A city power advisory board consisting of local citizens was formed and met regularly with Consumers staff and advised the mayor and city council on the operation of LES. By 1969, dissatisfaction with Consumers' management of LES began to surface publicly. LES was financially strained and energy delivery problems were still prevalent.
Well, I think basically it was sort of a dissatisfaction in the way that the direction was going. Duplication of services, slow maintenance or lack of maintenance, and not as forward-looking maybe with underground, and just generally, I think there was a concept that we could do it better if we had it controlled, the whole thing.
Members of the City Power Advisory Board, as well as others in the community, recommended that a separate independent board be formed to govern LES. When first brought forth for public vote in May 1970, it failed by less than 300 votes, largely due to the opposition from the League of Women Voters. They feared a separate board had the potential to dilute Lincoln's strong mayoral form of government. The gravity of LES's aged and under-maintained system was spotlighted in October 1970 when a snowstorm hit the area. Nearly 50% of customers were left in the dark for days. This swayed public opinion, and 1 month later, the community overwhelmingly voted in favor of a semi-autonomous administrative board to oversee LES's operations. The 9-member board is composed of local citizens who are appointed by the Lincoln mayor and confirmed by the city council. They're charged with overseeing the operations and finances of LES. However, the Lincoln City Council has final approval of LES's rates, budget, and debt financing.
The most important thing the mayor would look for in an individual is someone who is not only willing but is able to commit the many, many hours that we commit on the board to monthly board meetings. We each serve on 3 different committees. We take tours, we do in-depth review before we go into a project. And I think that time and that commitment is what the mayor is really looking for. We aren't a board of shareholders. We have nothing to profit from what we do other than to be sure that the ratepayers are represented fairly.
Since LES employees and board members make their home here, the loyalty to the community they power runs deep. LES employees also believe in the power of giving. They continue to generously donate their time and money to support local charities. From junior achievement and science fairs to United Way's Pacesetter campaign and elementary school outreach, LES employees do their part to enhance the quality of life in the area. LES's commitment goes beyond providing electricity. It offers assistance to customers struggling to pay their utility bills, energy efficiency, and conservation advice and safety education. Each employee plays an important part in LES achieving its mission of being a leader in the community and the industry. However, it's the role of the LES CEO to guide the vision of the utility. This was exemplified by LES's first CEO, Walt Canny. When Walt came on board in 1971, the utility was in disarray. Through the years, he helped put the pieces together to form a successful utility. This could not have been achieved without taking the risks needed to significantly invest in LES's future. The strong support of Walt's vision by the board and city council was crucial, especially since many of these decisions were being made during times of financial instability. Under Walt's leadership, the goal of LES becoming an independent, vertically integrated, financially sound utility was realized. Upon Walt's retirement in 1997, the board appointed LES's Terry Bundy as his successor. Just months after Terry began his role as the utility's second CEO, he was faced with one of the biggest challenges of his career, the snowstorm of '97. The impact of the storm and the innovation that developed as a result remains a pivotal point in the organization's 50-year history. Under Terry's guidance, LES experienced a period of growth and implemented forward-thinking power supply projects which had an environmental focus, such as 2 of the state's first wind turbines and construction of Salt Valley, now known as Terry Bundy Generating Station. With the illness and subsequent passing of their leader, Terry L. Bundy, in 2009, the LES workforce was deeply impacted. However, the utility was able to refocus and forged ahead under the direction of LES's longtime general counsel, Doug Curry, who led LES while the board conducted a nationwide search for its next CEO. In 2010, Kevin Wales began leading the organization and has since made decisions, along with staff and board members, that have reshaped the utility's power portfolio. LES has been strengthened by a diverse power generation portfolio, which now stands at 1/3 coal, 1/3 natural gas, and 1/3 renewables. Power has been delivered in nearly the same way for more than a century, but change is underway. There are a number of challenges on the horizon that LES must aggressively meet.
What's key really is making sure that as a consumer-owned, city-owned utility, that we're in fact matching the values of our community. And that's something that only we can do, and we have to do it well in working with our customers to try to meet their needs. You can't think of any job in the organization that doesn't play a key role somewhere. And whether obviously on one hand you have linemen and they're getting the lights on or they're constructing to serve customers, you have the power plant people who obviously, that's where the generation comes from. But in the middle, you've got people in the garage that get the trucks out or the lineman couldn't go anywhere. You've got administrative people that arrange for you to be able to have the equipment that you need. Unfortunately, things like budgeting and all that is critical because how else would you have the funding you need? Customer service people to provide the information, to get the information, serve the customers. There's just, every piece is important or it doesn't work. And so that's the challenge is, everybody should realize how important they are to providing that ultimate service to the customers because it's really a big, it takes a village to do it.